Do you remember when the iPhone was born? It feels like forever. How long did it take us to get to this point when we can't even live without our phone for a single day? Steve Jobs first announced the iPhone in 2007, so it has only been 13 years. A revolutionary invention that changed the whole world in just 13 years. I was at Toys R Us with my 2-year-old niece the other day. She was holding a kitchen set in her hands. Then her dad said, "Let's order it online." She immediately put the box down. She actually understands that buying online means someone will ring the doorbell and deliver the item. Even a 2-year-old understands online shopping. No wonder our retail shops are struggling. In fact, there is a tsunami of mall closures in the United States. More than 8,600 retail shops closed in 2019 alone. In Canada, the situation is not as bad because we have far less retail space per capita compared to the United States. Do you think our malls are slowly dying as well? If you are watching my video for the first time, make sure you click the subscribe button and hit the bell so that you won't miss out on my weekly market news update. Do you remember the days when the cell phone was the size of a brick? What did a shopping mall look like back then? Yup, a bunch of shops for people to buy stuff. And what do cell phones look like today? What does a shopping mall look like today? Still a bunch of shops for people to buy stuff. That's exactly the problem. Shopping malls are still the same as the day when the cell phones were like bricks. That's why they are dying. Here's how Forbes puts it. Shopping malls must continue to transform to survive the generational changes. As with so many other areas of retail and beyond, is evolve or die. There is a lot of wisdom in this statement. It really applies to everything. Our world is changing at such a fast pace. If we don't keep learning and improving ourselves, we won't be able to catch up. Let's take a look at the most successful mall in Canada today. By that, I mean the most sales per square footage. Which mall do you think it is? It is in Toronto. Yup, Yorkdale. Millennials, people who are around 20 to 40 years old, are increasingly important to retailers. And those who aren't able to capture the attention of this tech-savvy generation tend to struggle. There are two highlights of the millennials. Number one, they place a high priority in experiences. They prefer to spend money on experiences rather than on material things. For example, they would rather spend money on travel than expensive clothing. Number two, they don't gravitate to car ownership as much as their parents did. So they are less likely to drive to a mall. They are much more likely to shop online and stick to local stores. If you haven't been to Yorkdale for a couple years, you really should go there to take a look. It will give you an experience that no other malls can offer. That's why it is so successful. Yorkdale now features high-end shops and corresponding services, like personal styling. It brought in many famous restaurants such as Jamie Oliver's restaurant, the Cheesecake Factory, and Toro Conveyor Belt Sushi. These brand-name restaurants draw shoppers into the mall and keep them inside longer because the wait time for these restaurants are very crazy, often a couple hours. What else do millennials love to do? Yorkdale knows them so well. They love to take pictures and post them on Instagram. The Courtyard Cafe at Restoration Hardware is a very hot Instagram spot. I tried to go there for an afternoon tea on a Sunday and was shocked to find out that the wait time was 1 hour and 45 minutes. That's crazy, I gave up. But since I was there already, I picked up a pair of AirPods from Apple Store on my way out. You see how the strategy works? I wasn't planning to buy anything, but ended up spending a few $100 at the mall. The mall also generates buzz with Instagram-worthy events such as Fashion Center. They draw people into the mall to snap selfies. Yorkdale definitely have some very good strategies, but do you think they are good enough for the next 20 years? Probably not. We are going to see this new concept in our city. It is called Home is where the mall is. Right. Home is where the mall is. If you have to walk through the mall in order to get home, then you would probably pick up some stuff on your way home because that's even faster than buying online. Very smart concept. In fact, it is already a proven concept in many Asian countries such as Hong Kong. Subway, mall, condos always make a winning formula. Yorkdale has a 20-year vision that calls for a hotel and as many as 12 residential towers in the parking lot. Bayville Village at Bayville and Shepherd already has 2 new residential towers planned at the mall. Scarborough Town Center has a plan that calls for as many as 36 high-rise towers on site. You will see more and more shopping malls are going to transform with this mixed-use trend in order to survive the generation changes. So when you are making a condo investment in Toronto, keep this trend in mind. Subway, mall, and condos will become a winning formula. If you want to stay on top of the market, make sure you subscribe my channel and hit the bell now.